A hand clap of praise, amen. Amen. We just going down to our tribute to the choir and ushers. Our brother Detravion Powell.
I do give all praises to God, the one and only that woke me up this morning. See, many people thought their alarm woke them up, but I'm here to let you know, if you ain't wrapped up and tied up with Jesus Christ, you weren't getting up this morning. Jackson Family Services was going to be picking your body up this morning. And you was going to go right on to meet your mate. But I just thank God for waking me up this morning and starting me on my way to Pastor Lee and Reverend Jones, my brother, Reverend Dr. DeAndre Jackson, the honorees, and we're going to say the price is right when you serve the Lord. Come on down. Today we celebrate two ministries that have been called down through years, called down through trials, called down through tears, and called down through triumph. We celebrate the faithful and dedicated choir and ushers of the Plum Hill Missionary Baptist Church. Now, on Price is Right, they make a lot of noise. Right. If there was a church version of The Price is Right, today would be the day. Because when we look at the choir and ushers, we see people. I see people who understand that serving God comes with a cost. But the reward is always worth the price. So can I talk about it for a little while? On The Price is Right, the contestants are very excited when they hear their names called. They jump, they shout, they run to the stage because they know an opportunity has been placed before them. And today I stopped by to tell the choir and ushers that years ago, God called your names. He said, choir, come on down. Ushers, come on down. And ever since then, you have been making your way to the stage of service. Some of you came down young. Some of you came down tired. Some of you came down broken. Some of you came down. Let me just say this. I work Monday through Friday. And sometime on the weekend. Wednesday night is choir rehearsal. And I must tell you, when I know Wednesday is coming, I'll be happy that it's hump day. But I know I got to go to choir rehearsal. So that's going to prolong me getting home. So sometimes I'll be tired. But I have to remember that the race is not given to the swift. Okay, yeah, I know the Bible. So some of you come down after a long day of work. Some of you come down carrying burdens that nobody knew about. But despite it all, you still showed up for duty. And that deserves honor today. The choir has stood faithfully Sunday after Sunday, lifting songs in the atmosphere. Y'all learn that music is more than notes on a page. Glory to Him. Music is ministry. Some songs have a way of reaching places that Reverend Lee may not can't get to. But you hear a song, you make it lift it up. There are Sundays when somebody walk in discouraged, but the choir song that trouble don't last always. There were Sundays when somebody felt weak, but the choir song sang, I don't feel no ways tired. Then there were Sundays when people came in heavy, but the choir reminded us that this joy that I have, God can give it to you. Food couldn't give it to you. The world didn't give it to you, and the world can't take it away. In choir, you have been more than singers. You've been encouragers, you've been lifters, you've been atmosphere changers, and you've been spiritual first responders. And just like on The Price is Right, when the contestants try to guess the value of something, the truth is nobody can really calculate your worth. How do you put a price on a voice that encouraged a grieving mother? How do you put a price on a song that helps somebody hold on one more day? And how do you put a price on a praise that broke chains in the sanctuary? I just stopped by to let you know you can't. Because your value is priceless. And then the ushers. Let me talk about it for a little while. The ushers are the quiet strength of the church. Before the microphones come on, before the choir sings, before the preacher preach, the ushers are already working. And sister, you did a wonderful job talking about the duties of an usher. You opening the doors, you greeting the visitors, helping the elderly, keeping order, serving with dignity, and watching over the sanctuary. Y'all are like the spiritual traffic directors of the church. And can I tell you something? People may forget the sermon title, but they would never forget how they was treated at the door. A good usher can calm confusion as long as they're a peacemaker. Now, being a peacemaker, you can't calm confusion. But a good usher can make the visitors feel welcome, and a good usher can turn nervousness into comfort with just one smile. And somebody once said that the doorkeepers of the house of God, but the Bible said it better. He said, I'd rather be a doorkeeper in the house of the Lord, my God, than dwell in the tents of the wicked. That means your assignment matters. You may not always hold the microphone, but you hold the atmosphere. And today, now if this was really The Price is Right, there'd be another part. How many of you watch The Price is Right? There'd be another part. That part that we all know, they call it the showcase showdown. That's when the contestants stand before prizes they never imagined receiving. And I believe today it is a reminder that God has a showcase of blessings prepared for his faithful servants. Because when you serve faithfully, heaven keeps record. So let me help you out. Every rehearsal, every anniversary, every church program, every funeral, every revival, every late night, every morning, every sacrifice, God saw it all. People may have overlooked you, but heaven never did. And can I get a little deeper? One thing about The Price is Right is this. Sometimes contestants bid too low. And I be thinking to myself, now they ain't no better. But they bid too low. Because they don't recognize the value of what's in front of them. And churches have made that mistake before. Sometimes we underestimate the choir. We overlook the ushers. And sometimes we don't say thank you enough. And sometimes we assume they'll always be there. But guess what? You can't always assume that. But today is a reminder that these ministries are valuable. Choir members who kept singing through heartbreak, ushers who kept serving through sickness, members who kept showing up when life got difficult. The kind of faithfulness that cannot be replaced overnight. And then, can I tell you something else? The beautiful thing about combined anniversary is not the beautiful thing about this combined anniversary is that the choir and ushers actually work together more than people realize. The choir helps set the atmosphere spiritually, but while the ushers help set the atmosphere physically. One usher inviting the people into the building, and the other usher invite people into worship. One says, come in, and the other one said, come up. When both ministries work together, church can truly happen. And that's why today is special. Today isn't just about celebrating years. It's about celebrating impact, celebrating consistency, celebrating dedication, and it's about celebrating people who kept serving when serving wasn't easy. Now, before I close, I want to say one more thing. On The Price is Right, the contestants are overexcited over cars, vacations, furniture, and money. But today, the greatest prize is not material things. The greatest prize is knowing you serve God faithfully, and the greatest prize is hearing that one day He's going to say, well done. Well done. My good and faithful servant. The greatest prize is knowing that your labor is not in vain. And one day, after the last song is sung, after the last church door is open, and after the last anniversary is celebrated, there will be another voice calling names. And I believe the Lord himself will say, choir, come on down. Ushers, come on down. Not to an earthly stage, but to a heavenly reward. And when that day comes, there won't just be an applause from a congregation, but there will be rejoicing in heaven. So today, on behalf of Grateful Hearts, we celebrate and honor and thank God for the music ministry and the usher ministry of the Plum Hill Baptist Church for your faithfulness, your sacrifice, your dedication, and your service. And may God continue to richly bless you and strengthen you. And may your ministry continue to be a reminder to the world that when it comes to serving God, the price is always right. And one day the titles will fade, programs will end, anniversaries will pass away. But what you do for Christ will last. And I want to end this tribute saying, may the works I've done speak for me. May the works I've done speak for me.
All right, son.
When I'm resting in my grave, there is nothing that can be said. May the works I've done speak for me. May the life I live speak for me. May the life I live speak for me. When I'm resting in my grave, there is nothing that can be said. May the life I live speak for me. May the work I've done speak for me. Oh yeah. May the work I've done speak for me. When I'm resting in my grave, there is nothing that can be said. May the work I've done speak for me. You know what? The work I've done may seem so small. Sometimes it feel like nothing at all. But one of these days, I want to stand before my God. I want to hear Him say, well done. May the work I've done speak for me. I'ma say it again. The work I've done, you know, it seems so small. And sometimes, y'all, sometimes they seem like nothing at all. But one of these days, I got to stand before my God. I want to hear Him say, well done. May the work I've done speak for me.
Amen. Come on, let's thank God for that tribute to the choir nurses. Brother Travion Powell. Amen.